Like my grandchildren, they've only got a quarter of white in them because the dad's a full black.
Yeah.
And our mother's mixed race, so they're 3/4 caste.
It's just a weird thing.
I hate that fucking name, caste. I can't take that
Cast out.
Even half caste. Oh, I'm so glad when they started using mixed race. Horrible name, half caste.
Yeah, I love her hair, yeah, it's great.
It's just great.
Yeah. Oh, well, when I had Amanda, she used to have plaits like 2 sore fucking fingers until I learned how to do it. Oh!
Or 4 bubbles.
Yeah. Because I couldn't manage her hair, it was that thick and it was like Diana Ross's out here, but not as loose as Diana Ross's.
The school pictures have come back and they go, oh, Mum, why did you do that? Like that. To do it because you know a black with a yellow and an orange scrunchie. You used to put them in the 4 colours, didn't you? And they go, oh,
I'd plait it while it was wet so it'd go in, but when it dried it used to stick out like that. Instead of lying nice, you know. Oh God. And then I went to London, came back, and when I came back my mum had chopped my hair, was right down the back and my mum had chopped it all off. You're just too bleeding busy bastard in gallivanting around the place, so I can't do it there. So she took the hairdresser and chopped it all off. Them fucking white hairdressers is on. They didn't really have black hairdressers in days.
No. So where should we start, ladies? Go on, tell us what you did.
Well, for it to say what you did was to see all the other testimonials and see people doing things and then hear that Linda's doing it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to excavate the Reno. Wow.
Yeah.
Can't do that. How are you going to excavate the Reno? That was my thing. I want to be part of that. Because how are you going to bring that up?
Yeah.
And then just hearing about it and then saying, right, I'm going to go and see. Can I help? And you were putting out like Linda.
Well, when Linda asked me, I was over the moon. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that I was going to be part of that and we was going to see the Reno again, you know what I mean? And what it looked like. I was so proud.
It was to actually, when you started, you were like, really doing this, but what are we going to find? How? And also thinking, did I really go underneath? Me, who don't like flying, don't want to get in a lift. I went under there and parted till what times in the morning. You wouldn't even believe that you were actually doing that.
Yeah.
And so the feeling was a bit strange at first and surreal, like it wasn't really going to happen.
Yeah.
So you started seeing people and huts were up, and then there was we met an excavation team, you know.
Yeah.
We really did. Yeah, we do ruins. We bring things up. But they said this was the best dig that they'd ever been on.
They did.
It's the best thing they've ever done. I really want to be part of that. I want to go back and I want to go back in the Reno.
Yeah.
And so that was the way of, that was my thoughts. And then the first day going, I was like, wow, I ate like mad at the end of it, you know. But it was good and it was like, it was like coming home. I don't mean that in like, I'm coming home and I'm gone. But it was going back to somewhere where you'd never, ever think you would ever go back again.
Yeah. It just made me feel so proud to be asked to do this, you know what I mean? Because I didn't think I could do anything like that in my life. I didn't even dream, I could do anything like that in my life. You know, it didn't even occur to me. But then when Linda asked me, I was so proud that she asked me, you know what I mean? And I was so proud to be part of it.
I think that's what it was, because it was a project. And it was an actual project. It was something.
We had it spotless.
It was people coming in. It was on the news. It was, and people that were, I'm going to be part of it. It wasn't. I didn't go for fame.
No.
I didn't go to be recognised. Still up to now, never even watched mine.
I done it for the love of my friends, for the people.
It's not what it was about.
And for the love I had inside me. For the actual place itself.
It was a big part of my latter life. Life from a young girl. Then I didn't go down. And then a big part of my adult life. There was good memories and bad memories. But not bad memories in the times of for going in there. Probably things in your own life. You had a good night.
Yeah.
You went down there. You had a night where you'd had a row with your guy or somebody, or you weren't happy. And you go down there and it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Come out then,
forget about
just feel good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could come out of there and the night would be empty. And one night I thought, and it was my dad. Hi, Bush. I went, oh, hi, Dad, you all right? It was like, he now knows that I am coming out of the Reno. It's a young girl.
Yeah.
He probably knew I went in there, but he didn't actually see me coming out. And we both sort of walked out. He walked out the night, and I walked out the Reno.
Was he all right?
behind the speaker boxes.
Yeah. You know what? I think, we never ever had a conversation about, that night when he came out. Just, you all right? Yeah, what you with? A crowd of us. Okay. I'll probably see you tomorrow because Sunday I'd probably nipped to my dad's. That was never brought up again. Yeah. But then after that, I never ever felt any way about anybody seeing me going in the Reno because it wasn't to worry about. My mum knew I went in there, my dad now see me. And I'd sometimes shoot up the aisle just to see him before I went down into the Reno. Yeah. Probably have a drink at the bar with him, he'd give me a couple of 2 bob or something like that, and that'd be it.
Yeah.
See how life was though.
Yeah.
You see how things were. I was a Reno girl and he was a Nile guy.
Yeah. Well, when I first started seeing soul, because I was a reggae person, I just loved my reggae, wasn't really into soul at all. And then he said to me one day, let's go in the Reno. And I said to him, I'm not really into soul. I don't, you know what I mean? I'd only been down there a couple of times, so I'm not really into soul. So he said, well, go on, if you don't like it, we can always come back up, you know what I mean? Within 5 minutes, I was on that dance floor, come off it. But I don't like soul. I loved it, man. It was fantastic.
Nobody danced in the
And you know, I only ever had one bad experience, and that's when Singing Bowl robbed my purse off me that time when I was 17, when I parked my pram outside. In the afternoon, it's on my...
What do you consider you did, Myra? What, you know, like, what did you do, you know, like, when you was on the project, because you did loads, man.
I don't know, all sorts. We were, you know, like when we found the stairs that day, you know what I mean? You know, but somebody else found. I never did find anything that exciting. I was dying to, but I didn't.
I didn't find anything, but I did find one of the second dice. If that,
did you?
Did you find the second dice?
Yeah, but it was the way we found the first.
Well, yeah.
And now that is what I didn't forget about. They were looking, and Jeff was there. They were Jeff Bassett.
Yeah.
And they were doing, that is the one thing, yes. And they found one and they carried on and they were, and I said, hang on. And there was the second dice. So for me, that was a big thing because then when I was
it was brilliant.
Oh,
yeah.
And didn't somebody say her dad was probably
was finding things and I wasn't?
I never found anything.
Didn't somebody say that her dad was probably the last person to have touched the dice?
Oh, it's Debbie Laird again. No, she didn't say that. She said, my dad will have touched these dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she started crying.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah,
I remember it. Yeah.
Kind of really realised.
Yeah, I didn't realise
I'll
he
tell
was
you
talking
another
about
part
that.
that I really did. It was the last time we were there and we built, I call it the Reno Road. We built the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was lovely. Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah,
like a platform.
Yeah, it was lovely out of all the bricks. It was brilliant because I wasn't on that day. Because I only could do certain days, so I wasn't on that day. So when I came back the next day, I was like, oh, look at this. It was like, follow the yellow brick road. It was great. It was lovely.
Right, like I said, to begin with, there was 4 questions. The next question is, what did you learn?
I learned to work as a team.
Oh, did you?
You know what I mean? We all work together. And instead of just sort of like, just going ahead and doing things myself, I was asking, you know what I mean? Like, such as like, what can I do next? You know, because obviously none of us really knew what we were doing, but we had to ask the excavators, you know what I mean, what to do and all that lot, you know. And like I said, when we started finding the doorways and the stairs and the walls, you know, I had a little brush. I was brushing the walls.
This is a great photo of you. This is a great photo of you. Do you remember when you was little and your mum used to clean the doorstep? If you were a good woman, you'd squat it. There's a picture of her cleaning the gambling room doorstep.
Yeah.
You know, like that. It's just wonderful.
Oh, honestly, God, I just learned how to all work together and all come back together again because it was quite hard when we all split up, you know what I mean? When we all didn't go to the Reno, we never used to see one another anymore, you know what I mean? And then for everyone to come back, and you see, you know, obviously we lost a lot of people along the way, but the people who was there, you know what I mean? And everyone wanted to work, you know what I mean? I just couldn't do enough. And then when we finished at 3 o'clock, I didn't want to finish at 3 o'clock, you know what I mean?
I did find I could have done more.
Yeah.
What did I learn? I've never, that's the question that thrown me because I've never looked at what did I learn. But if I think, what did I learn? I learned more about the history of what you do.
Yeah.
And the people you can meet along the way to do something like this project. And it wasn't, in the end, what I learned, it wasn't just about bringing the Reno back up. It was about the history, what went on in there, and the people that went down there to create it. The club was there, but the people created it.
No, that was my biggest learn.
Yeah.
It was because the Reno was above ground.
Yeah.
While we were all there, we were the Reno, and it kind of become irrelevant, the hole in the ground.
It did.
Yeah.
Us laughing in the cabins and hugging each other and saying fuck off and no you couldn't and all that was the Reno was with us. Yeah, that's what I mainly learned.
That's for me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people say, oh, why would you want to do that? I said, well, do you know what, really, a part of it was a lot of my life. So I learned a lot more because I learned as well more about the people. And there is still in there was still that feeling of wanting to be a community and help.
Yeah, that's what I felt. That's exactly what I felt.
And I have met just through there, and we're not in each other's pockets, but I've actually met a couple of people, just to say a couple, who we will be friends. We won't maybe be best buddies, but it'd be nice. They will. Oh, how are you doing?
In
do you want to come
now.
here? Do you want to do that? Yeah, and it was really nice because the people that I've probably never ever met before, said hello, but no people that I know.
There were certain people that I sort of like disliked along the way of growing up because, you know, some of them, you know, I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know whether it's a proper word, sort of like rough and ready, and, you know, I didn't really get on with them when I was younger, but now we're all adults, so we're all set, you know, we've all got, you know, different views and everything now about life. Because, you know, I never got straight, me. I thought I'd be a cowboy crook all my life. But look at me now, you know what I mean? You know, So, like, meeting them again, you know what I mean, who I never really bothered with because you say, oh, you know, troublemakers and all this and that, you know what I mean? So I never bothered with them. And then seeing them at the day, totally different people.
No, I agree with you about that. I absolutely agree with you.
Well,
it was.
What for me as well was talking. Maybe it'll be another question, but it was also reminiscing when I seen a lot of the pictures, Linda, that you forget how many people have actually been in your life and touched your life.
Yeah.
That are gone.
Yeah. Because
that was a big thing. Because there was people on the wall. And then up on the night. That were part of my life for a very long time. And then they weren't. Because of death, basically. And then you think of the people that they've left behind and you lose contact with. But we've reconnected.
No, there's that as well. We've
reconnected.
I know because, you know, last night, I don't know if you know, and I don't know if you really know the person who I'm going to talk about. Dungy's got a daughter to her. Nina Biddy. She passed last week.
Well, I've seen that up on the
Did you?
Reno
I was
thing,
totally shocked. She passed last week. I was told I knew her.
But to be honest, I've not been in somebody's life for so long. When you see it, you give your heart space.
Well, they were my mates when I was growing up.
So it's different, isn't
used to hang around with them, you know, 7 days a week, and we were my best mates. Well, a sister more. Eva. She died. Eva died of cancer a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I've not seen Eva for years
and years. Was Eva a Reno girl? Remember Eva?
Yeah.
But
we used to go to the Western and then we'd go down the Reno. You know the Western Club around the corner, not the Western Pub. That's Scarface Shine's place. Yeah. But she passed away and her sister lives, I think it's France. She come down to see me in Salvador about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I was so hurt because I couldn't believe it. I brought her here to live when she was young because something happened in her life where she had to come away from her house, you know, her dad and that. And my parents allowed her to come and live here. And then I lost touch through the years and everything, not seen one another for years. Anyway, she was dying, she had cancer, she was dying. So her sister rang her, she said, that's where I am, so she's where? So she said, I never thought anyone would think of me like that because I'm not that type of a person. I am a loving person. I like people to like me because I like people, that's me, you know what I mean? Anyway, sister got on the phone, she said, guess where I am? She said, I don't know, she said, I'm at Myra Tricks. So she went, oh, right. So she said, Myra wants to come and visit you. So she turned around and said, fuck that, I don't want to see her. I overheard it on the phone. I was devoed because I loved her and I thought, what have you got against me to turn around and say that? You know what I mean? It really, really hurt me. I thought, these people are dying and they don't want to see. You know, it was like, you couldn't even split us up. And I just couldn't believe it. And she turned around and said, oh, yeah, I don't see her. I go, what am I doing? Because I've never really been horrible to anyone, really.
Have you not?
No, I haven't. I'm just glad I haven't. I'm not either. I've not been an horrible person.
I don't know, Myra. I've not been with you 24 hours.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
It could be any reason.
Yeah.
It could be any reason.
It could be something on your part.
No, exactly.
Not to do with you.
Yeah.
You have to understand when somebody's saying something in their feelings. You have done nothing but a good turn. It's how they're feeling.
I was
inside.
thinking that maybe she didn't want me to see her in that condition.
Good
that
as
as well.
Yeah, I was thinking
That's
that.
what I was.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You were a bad person.
No, I wasn't a bad person to like such the like of us or anything. You know what I mean? But you know, I was growing up in a bad way because you know I was robbing, I was doing this, doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the honesty that you give out. To be honest, now, some people would never be honest like you in their life.
Yeah.
They fabricate.
That's me. You see,
do you know what I mean?
I'm blunt. I'm straightforward. Sometimes I say things. And I don't mean it in the contents that the other person would take it. But it's because I'm so straight and so blunt.
For me, that's what makes you easy.
I don't go in the ins and outs of Meg's arsehole. I don't, say, oh, well, I stood at the bus stop. You know, when I'm telling a story, I stood at the bus stop, I had 2 drinks. You know that. I don't go into all that. I just go straight to the point, plain blunt, and that. You know what I mean? And I think that's why a few people sort of like held that against me and thought I was a feisty bitch, you know what I mean? I just told it as it is. But
also, Myra, that's why a lot of people like you though.
Yeah, I just told it as it is.
No, it's not, you're blunt. You just, as you see it, it's as you say.
How did you feel being with the archaeologists? Because they're not part of us.
Oh,
it's one thing to be with us.
Yeah, but you know us.
Yeah. Go on.
We're the type, we talk to, we make friends with anybody.
Yeah.
It's just our nature. We make friends with anyone. We don't care. You can be from the top or you can be from the gutter. It doesn't matter. Or even in between. You know what I mean? Once we're introduced to someone or I'm sat at a bus stop and me and you, I've never seen you before a day in my life. We start talking. Next thing you know, we're exchanging phone numbers. Because that's the way we are, you know what I mean? You know, when we meet people, I loved each and every one of them. And I miss them like crazy.
You know,
because we had some laugh.
Yeah, but you know, she wasn't an archaeologist, but who I think was amazing is Karen, the photographer.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with the
blonde hair.
Oh, she's lovely. She's lovely, yeah.
I thought
she said to me, stop posing, Myra, just do it. Well, I can't do that. So. As soon as I see a camera, I'm like, my lipstick high. You know what I mean?
Why was she great?
Because she wanted me to look natural, but I couldn't, you know what I mean?
She was unobtrusive is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
She was not in your face.
No.
And when you'd look round, you'd think, what's she doing down there?
Yeah.
She's doing some pot. I didn't get down there and I was digging when I made the position. So I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
But because I don't want to feel like seeing my face, she's
caught me on some pictures that I didn't even know was being taken.
And I just thought, wow. And then when we started talking after a few times and whatever, an interesting person yet again. Yeah. So there was somebody, you know, when she'd just come and take pictures, the people on the dig, the excavated, I couldn't always remember the names.
No, I'm terrible on names anyway.
But once after a couple of days and they started telling you what to do, it's not so much what we thought about then. It's what they thought about
They
us.
loved us. They didn't want to leave us. They loved us.
Dig.
They was devilled when that dig was done.
They were like...
What do you think they loved, though?
The people.
Also our personalities and the way we're all, you know, we all come together. Because that's one thing about us. We might not see one another for years and years and years. Then we might bump into one another. It's like we just seen one another a minute ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what else I like, though? It's like how we really know each other. So, like, we can all go, oh, fuck off, Fonzie.
Yeah. And we're not hurt about it.
No, exactly. Oh, you know, like, you can tell, you know what I mean?
There's a few times I know, and I've never said it yet.
Yeah.
It sounds just now. There's a few times I know I don't know it's at him. You know, because I'm at it, Linda, and she, and then she'd walk off and I go, oh, fuck off, Linda. And I fucking start fucking brushing the fucking towel. You know what I mean? And then she'd come back and be, hey, babes, you know, but I've just seen my head told her to fuck off. You know what I mean? Yeah.
About that, though, you see,
well, that's how
people watching this that are not going to relate. They're going to go, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But they weren't there to actually re-relate into
you had to be there.
That was the Go on, she loves telling this story.
Go on, tell it.
He wanted to bless the actual Reno where we were going to put the tag.
But I've got to get it first.
I missed that one as well when he put the flowers down.
I've got to get this in. He'd already done it a week before. We'd already all stopped everything we were doing and allowed him to do the full-on blessing. So go on.
So on this day, I didn't know about that. So he's come and he's stripped to his waist again and he's doing... But he kept going, Linda. But he was organising everybody.
I know.
He'd organised and we'll stop that dig that right. Yeah. And Linda come up and he said, but Karen said, or somebody, she said, I'm the fucking boss on here.
Yeah.
And you listen to me and I'm telling you, you're not doing it. And I went,
he made me laugh when he said.
And she went, and he went off. And then but he still didn't know that. He went off and it stopped. We come back.
Turn me back
and
for a
he's down
minute.
there, and I thought,
you don't fuck on, you done nothing.
I thought he's still doing.
But he was there, and he kept us going because
it's his
we're all asking you for because I remember him on one of the television interviews on that news interview. What was
Northwest Tonight?
That's it. Yeah, Northwest Tonight. They were down. They was videoing him, you know, talking to him and that. He said, yeah, well, I've come down here to get my hands and my boots dirty. Do you know he didn't have a piece of soil? I had soil in my nails for weeks, man, trying to scrub it out, you know, deep down. And
the most energy, Myra, the most energy he expelled was taking his top off.
Yeah. Oh, and do you know what? I love him today. I
love the way that we all love each other and now accept that we all are who we are. We knew we were going to get dirty. But in the party, he kept the energy up. He makes the party. Like he used to do the backflips in the Reno. Him screaming over the mic. He's part of our
and the whistling.
Yeah.
The whistling.
He denied me. Because I go, he's spoiling me tune.
Yeah.
You know, but he's still part of your heart. He's part of you growing up.
But it's so funny because, I mean, look at us three in here now. We've all grown up together. We've all known one another since we was all young. We've never hung around together.
No.
You know what I mean? We've never walked together. We've never gone out on a night out together. But look, we're still we are best mates.
Yeah.
Even though we've never hung out.
Yeah.
But I love this lady. I've got so much respect for this lady. I love you. I've got so much respect for you. You know what I mean? In my heart. Yeah, I really, really have.
But we
you know
just get each other, don't we?
It's not that we forget each other.
No,
it's
we
just
get each other.
Right.
Don't even have to finish your sentence.
Sorry. Yeah,
because we've been part of something that nobody ever thought would ever happen. Yeah. Because in a million years, who would have ever come up with this idea?
That's why, you know when people were saying
to me, a little thought popped into your head, and you thought, oh yeah, who's gonna?
Nobody.
It flummoxes me now. Where did you get the idea?
Well,
it's just dead obvious though, isn't it? You know, if you think about it, it's dead obvious, it's still there.
Urge to do it.
Because
we love that club.
I think that's what
we
we've
loved
not
it.
seen.
Every brick, every nook, every cranny, every cobweb.
But
we loved it.
What we didn't see was the steps and the challenges that you had to go through and go to get to do it.
Because you know some people are still bad-minded. Yeah, some people are still bad-minded to the camera. What hurt me more than anything, a lot of people, you know, I go, you know, Linda's doing this, Linda. And I just get so mad with him, you know. I said to him, no, she's fucking up. They're all thinking she's putting it in her back pocket.
What's she getting?
You know, she's getting nothing.
People to give us.
Yeah.
Us.
No, but it is us. You know, me, it's
so I used to say, well, at least she's got up off her ass. She had the dream, and she got up off her ass, and she'd done something about it. Yeah. If Linda would have never have thought to do that, none of us would have done it.
No.
So I love you for it, Dan, and I respect you for it, man. I respect you for it. And anyone who comes and says, "Oh, she didn't mention this, she didn't do this, she didn't."
We put back to remember the beginning of that, though. It's dead obvious, though, isn't it? It is still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It had to be still there if it was a cellar.
Because it's a cellar, so it had to be there. Yeah,
it had to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so shocked at how many walls we found.
I know.
Yeah. For me, at this. But you weren't looking for me for direction because I'd have been taking you down the wrong way because I'm thinking that wasn't the door there.
No,
because this is what you do.
We stumbled across it, Carmen. We started in the wrong place because of the plans. You know, the outdated plans.
So did you find the actual original plans?
We found the original plans of the building that stood above it. With the ground, you know, with the but before that, you know, when it was first built.
Can I ask you something? I don't know if anyone's ever asked you, but it's played in my mind. I know the Nile was there.
Yeah.
What was above the Reno?
I don't know.
It was the Nile. It was the whole of the Nile.
No, it wasn't.
No. The Nile only cut off it so far.
Yeah, the Nile. You know where the walls ended, Myra, on the dig. The Nile was over that bit that we didn't dig up.
More towards the White Cliff, you know.
I'm with you. Yeah.
The only thing we can work out.
There was a little alleyway there by the White Cliff and the Nile.
There was a Nile.
Yeah.
Alleyway and the White Cliff. Yeah.
Because that's where the fire escape come out of when you go through the gambling house.
Yeah.
The gambling part to get in.
I just wondered what was. Like, I know you had to go in a door, but if you think about it, when you went in that door and you had that little office, there's nothing else above you.
No.
So I wondered what was in the building above.
Yeah. I just thought it was the Nile.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have thought it was the Nile.
But it's not the Nile, it's the next building along.
Right.
The next.
For some reason I thought the Nile dance floor, you know, the floor itself, to go right to the back.
When that closed down, and it finished, that was just dead. There had to be a license for that, and did Phil actually own that club and that building?
No, he didn't. No. He rented it off. I don't know who off. He rented it, but he had a proper. He did have a real license. He did have a real license.
Well, it wasn't him. It was Caller who had the license. That's why Caller.
It was just very interesting that you see the things that you don't think about when we're just going in.
Because Phil had a criminal record.
Yeah.
They wouldn't allow him to have the license.
So tell us.
So it was Caller who used to hold the license.
I think Latty did at one point as well.
Yeah, Latty did as well.
What's ever happened to Caller?
He's around. It's a long story. Tell us what do you think worked about it?
I think everything worked about it. I don't think there was nothing on the project that didn't work because. We was aiming for the one thing, weren't we?
Yeah.
To open it up again, and the only thing on everybody's mind was the dance floor.
Yeah.
We all did, and you know, I come like when I could go, you know, on the days I was going because I was going 3 days a week. On the days I was going, as soon as I got there, have you found the floor yet? Have you found the floor yet? And everyone kept coming and saying, have you found the dance floor yet? Have you found? And then. I was in work and it came up on the internet. I was devastated. Because every time they found something exciting, i.e. like the dice or this or that,
you weren't there.
I wasn't there. I was dead old. All I was finding was bottles from 73.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. Yeah. What's happened to the things? Where are the exhibition now? Where is
the
it?
The artifacts are in my flat in the spare bedroom.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because I heard that there was going to go. Some people were saying there was going to go in the actual Manchester Museum.
Yeah, they are, but not yet. Yeah, but not yet.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that will be something.
That will be lovely.
But they're in my flat.
Because David went back a couple of days later.
To the Whitworth?
Yeah. He went, I couldn't believe it. You know the way he talked, everything's gone, man. Where's it gone? So he said, well, I heard that it went to the Manchester Museum.
No, it will in the future.
Right. Oh, God, that'll be wicked, that, man.
Everything's about negotiations, you know.
Because we are their past.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We are definitely part of our past.
Yeah. Well, I'm not part of the past yet because I'm still part of
it. But you think you were part of that.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people wanted to seem like they were, but didn't actually do anything to contribute to it.
Yeah, people coming and looking.
I don't know about you, but I don't feel like I gave a lot. I gave time, and it's time that I had.
Yeah.
And a lot of it I was doing for yourself, self-exploratory. Can you do it? And people have gone, oh, I can't believe you've done all that. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's just something you wanted to do.
I'm not so sure if it was the night before the dance. You'll know this story. I'm not sure if it was the night before the dance or a couple of nights before the dance. Do you remember the young girls coming past, the young black girls, and they was asking could they get a ticket?
Yeah.
So what's she called? I always forget her name. The one with the glasses who me and her ended up having an argument. Oh, what's her name? I've got her on Facebook. She was there every day nearly. She works in the funeral parlour.
Oh, Helen Ryan Lewis.
That's it.
Yeah. So me and her are there now by the Reno sign that the guy come and done. So we're there. So these young girls came up and a guy came up. And they went up to them and they went, what's it all about? So she's explaining to them. She said, well, what it was all about when we were young, because the black guys and mixed race guys had afros out here. They wouldn't allow the black people, black girls and black boys with afros to go in the clubs in town. They made an excuse that the hair was a fire hazard. So then all of a sudden she just switched. The young black girl who was asking the question. Remember, we ended up having a big argument with her. She switched. She went, what are you talking about? You trying to tell me about my culture? You're white. So I turned around and I said to her, well, it doesn't matter what colour we are. We was here. I said, but I've got mixed race kids. I've been with a black man for 44 years, you know what I mean? I said, you know, we're married to black men and everything. We've got mixed race kids. She went to me, yeah, but does that make you black? You should leave this ground alone. This is sacred ground. This is black people's ground. I said, no, it's not, love. It belongs to the council for one. And she turned around, she said to me, so does that make you black? I said, no, it doesn't at all. I said, well, I've had black in me.
Oh.
And a bit of black in me. I grew my mixed race child in here. Yeah. It was, I thought, you cheeky. They was trying to say, because we were white, we shouldn't be doing that. It should be black people only.
Well, she probably never even went in the Reno.
Well, she wasn't even born. She wasn't even born.
So therefore, maybe even her parents.
She must have been an 80s or a 90s.
There's a weird, it's a bit intellectual this, but there's a weird background to what you're saying and about us being, what's the word I'm looking for? Segregated.
Yeah.
Do you know, by all that talk? Because in my side, when we was in my side, in some ways our colour was irrelevant. It was the vibe of the other person.
Yeah.
Well,
I still think it's going back to that again now.
Yeah. For instance, when I was young, Stephen Cottier, from we were 5 years old, was my best mate.
Yeah.
He never seen me as white, and I never seen him as mixed race. He was brought up by his grandparents, Mr. and Mrs. Cottier here on Claremont Road, both white. Now, he believed, and I think it was because we were so naive as well, he believed that his mum and granddad was his real mum and dad. We all believed around here Mr. and Mrs. Cottier was his real dad. We didn't see he was mixed race and they was white. We just didn't see it at all because, you know, I mean, it wasn't, you know, blacks are, you know, like blacks are this and blacks are that. And it wasn't sort of like pushed in my face, even though it was when I came in pregnant. But apart from that, when Stephen was 16 and I was pregnant, I was in the front room here and Stephen came. He said to me, "Have a guess what, Myra?" So I said, "What?" He says, "I found my birth certificate." So I said, "Oh, have you?" I didn't even know what he was getting at. So I said, "Have you?" He said, "Yeah." So I said, "All right. So he said to me, "No, but you're not understanding. My mum and dad is not my mum and dad." So I said to him, "What do you mean?" They're not your mum and dad. Of course you're your mum and dad, because he didn't even realise it was his grandparents. He really and truly thought. And I hope you don't mind me if you see this video, Stephen, telling this story. Because, I'm not bad-minded anyway. He says, Rose is my mum. He thought Rose was his sister. He was brought up to believe that Rose was his sister and Mr. and Mrs. Collier was his dad. Mum and dad. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
You didn't see
we didn't see that. I mean, now I think, what you talking about, your mum and dad? You're black and them, weren't you? You know what I mean? You know, but then I think because we were sort of like so naive, even though we were streetwise, we were still naive. You know what I mean? Because we had to be streetwise because we had nothing. Our parents couldn't afford to give us money to go to the corner shop and buy a packet of crisps. We had to nick the bastards. You know what I mean? Yeah, we did. We had to. My mum and dad I never had spending money in my life off my parents. Never. Our David used to do all the hustling. He said when I'm little, he said, come on now, kid. We're going to Alec Park or the Rec Park or what's it called, the other one where the fun fair is up the road there? Blackfields Park. But he'd have a saw in his hand. This is the first time he ever took my mind. And I said to him, what are you doing with that? He said, you'll see when we get there. The two of us had climbed up the tree. Oh, we were top climbers. Climb up the tree. He'd saw a massive big arm off the tree. Me and him would carry it home if we could, you know what I mean? Get it home somehow. We'd get it home. He'd chop it up, put a elastic band around it and sell it for firewood.
Wow.
We'd knock on people's doors and we made our own games. I mean, look at Kit Can. A can. We'd play for hours with that can. Kit Can. These kids today don't even know how to play hopscotch. I had to teach my kids a couple of years ago what hopscotch was, you know what I mean? And jacks, remember all them games and all that? Yeah. And we used to go to the neighbours and say, have you got any mineral bottles today back around the middle? We used to get a penny. We used to get a penny for him. But there used to be a corner shop here, Carmen. So we'd climb over the backyard, nick all the bottles, and then go in the shop and say, we got the money. Oh, God.
I love that.
What do you think works, Carmen?
I think it all worked.
I think it all worked, yeah.
I do think it all worked.
The coming up together of all of us worked.
Yeah, I think first, because I didn't know the project side of it when we first started out, when I've sat down and thought about and when we've talked and I've talked to other people in depth about what you're actually doing, that came together wonderfully. Yeah. But to me it was all like quiet. You did it very quietly. Yeah. You weren't shouting from rooftops. You did the help and the money on your own. Yeah.
Do you think that was a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it was a good thing. But I think a way forward maybe is to see, is there other channels that you can go through to get help?
Oh, what do you mean?
For your next...
Yeah. You mean making us all part of asking for the money?
Is there any other way?
Because you didn't know whether he was going to say yes or no.
No, there's definitely. So that was the most scary thing.
So you kept it on a level just in case they said no. And then once they said that's when you started to tell everybody.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't want to build up people's hope. But I feel that now that I've built up...
broken-hearted if they would have said
and the shame. Imagine the shame, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And you remember, can you imagine the talk? The fucking big mouth bitch. Why to do this and why to do that? See how it didn't fucking work for her though. But it worked for your baby girl. It worked for you.
But there again, they said 3 times no. You persisted.
Did they? I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
You must have really thought that you could do it, and that's what I'm saying. So the positive side, and what do you think that works? I wasn't there personally with you, seeing you put your thoughts,
none of us was,
and your determination to get it. So that worked.
That's why I'm so proud of her.
The second
because she done it on her own.
To say did it work was putting out there the feelers. Is there anybody can come and help? Do you want to come and help? Yeah. You got your true helpers. Yeah. You know they work.
Yeah.
You know what worked. I'm only seeing what worked from the outside was the days that I could come, I'd give you my time and I would have done anything else.
Yeah. For you though, Carmen,
there's a few people didn't go on the camera because, they wanted it from years ago and things like that, or they're still doing the noise.
Or they're all the sick.
Yeah, or they're still doing the noise. They came, but they just said straight away, I don't want to be on camera, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Or they turned up in beige shoes, well, you're obviously not going to do with all your gold on, looking like you're ready to pull. You're obviously not going to do
with your 10 ounces of ganja
but they were still good fun to have them on board, wasn't it? Yeah, definitely.
It was part of that time.
Yeah.
Only in this time.
Yeah.
But they're still the same character.
Yeah, exactly.
Older, maybe not much wiser.
Yeah.
Still doing what they did then.
I just go about it in a different way, don't I?
For you personally, though, like, what worked about it for you? What did it ignite in you or make you think? Or, you know, like,
It brought back really good memories. Brought back sad memories. But it made me not look at life different, because I'm just who I am and go through things. But I just wanted to be part of it, and I love part of it. What it did, though, was people were coming up and going higher, and I'd go, hi.
Yeah.
I can't remember that.
I know.
And then I seen somebody, Jean.
But I recognise the face,
shouting
and
looking. And to be honest, we actually went to say hello, and both had tears, because a part of our childhood was somehow involved, and it was maybe not the best of times, or it was a sad time, or it was a time when you're transgressing and you were young, and parenting was different in them days, and you just sort of, you click for a minute. That's the time.
Yeah.
So it was a way of seeing people and thinking, oh, you've not changed, but I have.
Yeah. Well, when I was young, because I was a rogue, I was always told that, you know, you'd never achieve anything, you'd never get anywhere in life, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. So when so many people, and especially adults as well, you know what I mean? Because it was even my own dad who used to tell me things like, you'll never get anywhere you are, man. Like, you know what I mean? So even though it was even years later, it made me proud of myself, because I know I can do something that I never thought I'd ever done it, that would ever do in my life. So it made me feel proud of myself, you know what I mean? I thought, you know, sometimes, you know, you're doing things, and even like when I was sweeping the wall, for instance, one day, you know, I'm thinking, I thought, shit, I wish my dad was alive now. Or after them teachers that used to give me busted in 6 of the best every 5 minutes, you know what I mean, was still alive. So I could say, yeah, what you're talking about, look at me now, you know what I mean? You know, even though it's not my job or anything like that, it just, you know, it brought up my childhood memories about people saying that things about me, because I just didn't listen to no one. I just wanted to do my own thing. I was just a little bastard in that way, you know what I mean? You know, where I didn't want to learn in school, because I learned a lot more out of school than I did in school, you know what I mean? You know, the street life and that. You know? You know,
you learned life.
I couldn't hardly do anything in school, so I used to just disrupt, and then they'd send me out, and then that was me out the school gate, gone with the gypsies.
Why do you think that, Myra? Why do you think
I've got a short concentration span.
But you know, on the dig, you was like someone I could absolutely rely upon.
I was right
into
it. I was concentrating on it. Yeah. Because I just loved doing it, and you know, it really, I don't know. I mean,
what was
to me, it made me feel special. It made me feel like I was wanted. Yeah. You know, because even now in my old age, I'm a looker after. I'm a looker after more than, you know, like, I like to look after people. That's the word. I'm a carer. I'm not bothered if anyone cares about me, as long as I care about them and make sure they're all right, you know what I mean? But it made me feel that, you know what I mean? That, I don't know the word to use, but it just made me feel special, and it made me feel important.
No, but it's true.
I think what to sum it up, it's respect.
Yeah.
Part of
there you go, Carmen. Yeah,
it's respect. It's respecting you.
And love for the, you know,
for what you're doing. You were part of an actual project that was going to achieve something.
Yeah.
And at the end, you're still there, but now
I'm not very good at explaining.
You're going
on. You're
going on to the next.
You're right.
You've just said something. For me, maybe it was being part of something constructive.
Yeah.
But something that you're going to visualise, not just the party.
And plus,
that was amazing.
Oh, that was amazing.
And that was fantastic, because you brought that together.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you did the dig, but you also did that.
Yeah.
And you're not I don't mean this, and we know what you are in your own right, who you are.
Yeah.
But you put together something that an events manager would have had to do.
Yeah.
That's not in your job description.
Yeah.
You are a playwright and a producer and a director. You're not an events manager, but you did what an events manager would do.
You know what I mean?
My head's getting massive.
But I
No, it's still like that. It's still little. But, you know, can you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So there was that.
Yeah.
And there was a respect of you doing that
Yeah.
as well, that you've invoked into people, wow. You know, one single woman started this and got other people to help and to do things. We're all right, bossy bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, but you had to do that to get things done.
Of course.
And now you're asking what it is because it's actually going on to something else to do with
and I really
Yeah.
want that to happen.
And I think
That
I don't
sounds
know
fantastic.
nothing about it. I'll have to be guided if we're going to do it.
Yeah, we'll have to be guided, obviously, the same way
Not
we was guided
But
by the excavation people.
It's something else, and it's going to make you have to focus and make time to do this. But it's also something for you as a person that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like for people who want to go to the gym or you want to do something, Moira's saying in her condition, we should be able to do it. She's got people to prompt her to say, right, we're going to pick you up, you're going to come, we're going to do this, it's one night a week.
Well, look at Robert Taylor.
Yeah.
Bringing his brother every day in a
Yeah.
wheelchair.
That was
you know what, that
Amazing.
touched my heart. That really touched my
And
heart.
you know, Vance did all of the projections.
I know, he did, didn't he?
He worked out how all that would work.
This is what I mean. This is what, you know, you just hit
I
it
think
there.
respect is a great word.
The things that came out of people, like the guys who done the bill, you know, the board with all the pictures on it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know they could do anything like that.
And the way that the studio is studiously.
Well, you know what you do as well. I mean, I hope, I'll never watch this, but if people watch it, and I hope I'm not disrespecting anybody or any of the guys that were there and that hopefully will be on the next project, you gave people a focus.
Yeah.
They have all got their everyday jobs, whether they're carers, husbands, wives, looking after people like us who had to go to work. Yeah. But there was a focus and there was an energy, and you gave people something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Not just what people are going on
about. It was done.
No,
as well.
We was all still on the high because we knew the dance was coming. You know what I mean?
And that's brilliant.
We was all on a high.
But that's not what it was about.
No.
I think people are forgetting. I think people are just seeing the night in the marquee, which was fantastic. Yeah. A lot of people haven't seen that build up to that night.
No.
Well, I think they were part of it in watching the videos, coming to the site to hang out, bringing patties, bringing water, bringing cake.
Oh, there was a lot of people in the community.
Susie was doing the food and coming. And
she was amazing. Had a teamwork
Dion,
that you could rely on your dinner.
Dion, Desmond's daughter. Dion, she was cooking stews for us and everything. And
I mean, I believe Mrs. Krauss's house was the water.
Mrs. Krauss.
Trick when we needed it.
So many people that nobody knew or seen or heard
was still there in the background.
In the background, doing all this unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
And people that I just knew that David Trigg, your David Trigg,
amazing.
I swear.
Every fucking day though, man.
For 3 weeks.
Earlier when I was there.
He demanded 3 weeks off work because he was only going to give him 2 weeks. He went, hey, listen, I've saved you 3 weeks. No, man, I'm doing it.
He took it to fucking human resources in work. Let me ask you one other question. What do you think about, because that it cost in actual cash 65 grand, right?
Wow.
But in actual money, if I had to pay for everything, it would be double that. Loads of outside people, like the lighting and that, did it for a quarter of the price, and the decking.
The diggers.
And all that. Now, if I had to pay full whack for everything, it would have been about 130 grand.
Wow.
Right. What do you think about that?
That's amazing.
I think that is absolutely amazing.
No, but for the worth of us as well, and our self-respect, and that money to be spent on us, I personally think that is
But for the people that you had to ask, be nice, right, do everything, we didn't do any of that.
No.
We did not do...
But Matt, Carmen, you're not understanding that. If I wasn't asking on behalf of anything, I wouldn't have got that for me. I'm getting that for the community.
So, this is what I kept telling everyone. She's not doing it for a pocket to put a butty in a back pocket either. But a lot of people were saying that.
So, you know, when you asked before,
unbelievable.
What could we do?
What people were saying.
What could we do?
I just get so mad.
What's the word you were asking? When you said, what could we do? When I said to you, maybe there's ways that we could get more money for this next project, is to involve the community.
In asking for money for the next part.
And maybe doing things and holding things.
Yeah.
I know it's extra work.
Yeah. But you could go on the local radio stations for that.
But there's people that you might get, you know, who do you know?
That's not the reason that I'm asking about the money, because they could do that, and it is extra work. I'm asking for political reasons, because that's not a lot of money in the arts world. That gets spent every fucking minute of the day,
I would
right?
imagine it is.
But towards who, 130 grand, how much bills could we pay?
What?
We see money differently.
I could go to Barbados and live on that and build a house and live there, you know what I mean?
So they're giving that type of money, that amount of money, and that to me is more than a lot of money to associations and people who don't even need it as much.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have asked her, how much money did she get? Well, I didn't know until you just then, you know what I mean? But I knew it was in the grands, you know what I mean?
What you're saying is you're getting it for a black society.
Yeah.
What, do you know what means more than black actually is working class, I think.
Yeah.
Very true.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's irrelevant of people to be working class. Some of us, we're not even working. No, exactly, subcultural. Yeah. But, do you know, but in my heart of hearts, what it means to me is that word you said, respect.
Yeah.
That we're getting a slice of the butty, right, to do something that we want to do, right? And this is how we feel because of it. Proud.
But you've got to remember as well that this is the first time they've ever done this for the black community. They've never done anything big like this for a black community. Never.
No, it hasn't, Linda. Really,
they haven't. This is the first time anyone.
Prestigious it is as well.
Yeah, that is it. And all your political
and groundbreaking.
They would never think that black people could get something like that together. And do it. And it was a success.
I agree with you, Myra. I'm sorry, but I agree with you.
Yeah, the only other thing that would have ever got anything was the carnival. And you've had to beg for that. Yeah. Because I was in the carnival for many years.
Anything to do with black people, it's a no.
So it's, you know, and the committee or whatever council has taken that over now.
Clubs a day.
So a lot of that is about money.
In Manchester.
And about
and about pigeonholing us as well, though. This is going to sound so fucking racist, but...
No.
Give them dance. That'll make them happy.
Yeah.
Give them what?
Dance. Carnival. Give them the carnival. You know, it sounds so wrong, but...
It's part of it, because there was part of it.
You know what I mean? This has got the whole Reno thing, apart from that we love the club, it's got a huge political angle.
You know...
Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember years ago when they first started having the carnivals?
Yeah.
Do you ever remember the Whippermen?
No.
You used to dress up quite scary.
And
Desmond was one. Desmond Richardson's Dion's dad. He was one. The Whipperman. But what they stood for is you know, like when the slave masters used to beat the slaves. Yeah. They've stopped all that now. You won't see a Whipperman again.
Because it's not because
the white people
have taken over.
Yeah.
And now I know that was part of the carnival.
They don't want to be seen that that white people,
the black people did it. All the community
beat the slaves. You know what I mean?
And then he stopped.
They know, but they don't want to see it.
The council took it over, and it might be black people in the carnival, and there might be some on the committee, but it was taken out of the hands. So a lot of it's changed.
Yeah. But they don't listen to them, do they? They're low down on the ladder. The white people are right up in it.
You know,
they say yes or no.
Give them something to be happy about, and it's a big focal part of the year here in Moss Sidon for the community, and the park and everything else, and people do make money from it.
Yeah.
But then this is something
of course
different.
you do, yeah.
And this
You
is,
didn't make a penny out of this.
I made
For
wages.
you personally.
I did make wages. I made
wages,
yeah.
because you was entitled
I had
to that,
I had
Linda.
to live. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but
You
I
was
didn't make
entitled to
it,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah,
You know, you put your heart and
Yeah.
your soul in that project where you could have been really doing some. I know you've done this for you and you've done it for us as well.
But
You know what I mean?
could have been working.
But you could have been doing something else
Yeah.
and getting money in your pocket, maybe a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you didn't. You put all that aside for us and yourself, your dream, to do that. You know what I mean? But you know what, Linda? If you got £1 million to put in your pocket, so fucking what? That's all I've got to say. So what? You know what I mean? I know you didn't. I know you didn't. But if you did earn a body off it, so what?
On this next project, will you have to go through the same steps and the same channels?
Yeah, but I can do it much quicker because I know what I'm doing now.
Because when you introduced me to that lady who give you the go-ahead, remember you introduced it by the cabins, you said to me, Myra, this is the lady
from the Manchester Council.
From the council who give the go-ahead to do it. I give her one big hug. I said, thank you
she
so much
was
for
crying.
saying yes. She burst out crying. She couldn't believe
that it had happened.
That what we achieved. Yeah.
She's blonde. She was.
Remember, she came on the site and she was immaculate with all the makeup on. And Linda said, this is the lady from the council.
Because do you know why she? Well, not why she said. I don't really know.
Ladies,
but the whole thing about like that, they don't expect us to do well. That whole thing about how you've been taught, we've been. It's not even colour, Myra, because you're not.
No, it's.
No, I know.
Do you know?
They don't see.
I see now where you're coming from. It is classes.
Yeah.
It is white working class, black working class, middle class, poor. It's how everybody comes together.
Yeah.
It's how we're taught and how we're told. You'll never amount to
anything.
Yeah, well, that's
and
what
the
I
point
was saying.
All I want is
Myra. Everyone's drummed it in my head. All my teachers, my dad, I used to come home with my reports. Pure D's and E's, you know what I mean? I didn't even know what a B or an A looked like, you know what I mean? Never had one in my life. So that's what I had. So this is why I'm saying, because we achieved it and we're so proud of ourselves. You know, a lot of people say, no, it's not going to happen, but it did. And we made it happen.
Exactly.
Through you. We made it happen.
And that's all I wanted in my heart.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted in my heart. The overall view
I've
was
got a picture of you on there where it's the end, sort of like the end of the excavation now. And she's sat there on her own. I'll show you this in a bit. And you can see it in her head. You know what I mean? So I put on that, I had a dream.
And she did.
And it came true. You know what I mean? Because you could see her just sort of there, just thinking.
There was a few times.
Because it'd all been done then.
When you'd seen that, but there's a few times through the dig and on different occasions when we'd met up that you would go off. And I think maybe it was the end of the day or you were thinking about something.
Yeah.
And there were very poignant moments for me to think, what are you thinking of at that?
Yeah.
Right at that moment. What
were you thinking of,
And if we were to go back through maybe say those couple of pictures or that thing that I've got in my mind and asked you what you were thinking of at that time. Because through all this and what everyone's done, has anybody interviewed you to say, what was your most poignant moment? What did you get from this? Apart from what you're telling us, what you got, your dream, where are you going on your next adventure? What is it? And at the end of it, how do you feel now?
Yeah.
So, you know, as much as you're asking us, we're asking you. Nobody's asked you that. Has anyone give you the biggest thank you to say, wow, you did this, Linda Brogan.
Oh, no, it's like
I don't mean to
the radio interview. And you know, they're sort of like different questions he was asking you. You know, sort of like I felt like he was trying to trip you up or trying to make you know want something to use. Then when you done the interview on the radio, they was asking you, they was asking you a lot of questions there, weren't they? And the answers she was giving.
They were asking her questions,
sort of like
trying to make her to say, "Oh, it's not such a real big deal about it. What you're thinking?" Because it was one of the interviews on the TV, and I think they actually came back. It was something like Granada Reports was really good, but I think it was Northwest or something, and it was like a trivial thing. They put it on the news, but it was that's nothing. But Granada Reports caught the essence of what you want.
Yeah.
But they'd spent time with us beforehand, you know, in a few months before, and got to know us. Right. So that's the difference. Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
And got to know us.
Because they've never met anybody like us. Because they've lived a straight life all their lives. You know what I mean? We've had to hustle for everything we had.
There was characters on there.
Proper characters.
You know what you interviewed was characters.
Oh, in the different interviews.
Yeah. You know, in what I call the testimonials. Some of them were like, I remember that. Some were funny. Some were like, oh wow, I forgot they were even around and whatever. Yeah. And the characters.
And Little Lambs was heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I know, it's because like when I put my pram outside the Reno, everyone thinks I put my pram out there because I said I was doing the interview and I said, so it was daytime. My friend said she just wanted to nip down the Reno and see someone. So I said, so we both parked our prams outside. Now, baby, said, because you did them days. Well, I was only going down for a second. I just so happened to have got fucking mugged. So the Sitting Bull dipped my pocket into. I'd just been to the post office and got my £7 for me thinking. So everyone thinks it was the evening time and I was going down there to rave, you know what I mean, and put my baby outside.
Myra, fuck off, I won't put it past you.
It was in the middle. Just wait there, Amanda, while your mum has a little drink. See you
Right, last question, folks. Last question.
Right. Cut this bit from the bloody film.
Oh, fuck off. No, you don't. A Sunday
afternoon. You know what I mean, Jones? Shall we be able to do the rice and peas today?
What they'll say, it's cut from last night. She didn't drink that. She drinks gin. That's when we go. Drink that.
Right, the last question, what could have been done better?
I don't think anything could have been done better.
That's a
hard question. I don't think anything could have been.
Because what are you asking in respect of what could have been better?
Well, just whatever comes to mind.
But nothing comes to mind because there's nothing that you.
I think you covered everything.
I do.
Thank you.
Yeah, I certainly
do. For yourself though, what could you have done better?
I would have liked to have spent more time doing what I did.
Oh, and me. I'd love to have been there every day.
I couldn't.
I'd have loved to have been there every day.
If the hours had been longer, I could have made more time.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I'd like to have, when you say more involved, not more involved, but known more academically about it.
But what do you mean?
As in, who you had to fight and what you had to do, and could we have done anything to have helped you do that? So that for me is it.
That's a good question. That's a good answer.
I just think, other than that, being where we were in the situation, everything ran okay.
Yeah.
Don't know if we'd have been more involved. Then I could have come back and said to you know what, Linda, maybe when you do that next time, maybe you need longer.
Should we do it this way?
Maybe you need to get a third party involved or something like that. But I couldn't say that because we weren't involved in that way. But to what I was involved in and how things went, I think it went fine. Maybe there was little things that maybe you think like I seen you struggling for the firewood.
For
the
firewood.
I thought that was a struggle there, and I even said in my own mind, this is somebody I knew who could give me some firewood. Go and pick it up and do that. Because I think that would have took some strain away from
I definitely could have done without the strain that I put myself on.
Because to me, that was it was there, and you needed to do it because that was for the night. But you were needed on more important things.
Yeah.
So if there was somebody that we could have delegated to do that.
Delegation was something that could have.
Well, I was looking
a bit
for
more
firewood.
maybe. Yeah, and I think maybe
I found a lovely chair. I've got it out in my backyard. I'm looking for firewood. I found a bench. It's lovely.
If there was things that you could have delegated, nothing's trivial, but more minor things that took you away from what you wanted to do.
No, you're dead right. You're absolutely
so that might be something to put on your list, that when you're thinking it's something, and I've got to do
it's
that. It's
about trust that though.
Yeah, it's about letting go.
It's about letting go, and it's about trust. And now both of us, me and the community, all of us, know that we can trust each other, don't we?
Yeah.
We didn't know that at the beginning of, because you didn't know if I could have pulled it off. Yeah. I didn't know if you had got involved. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now we know a different level, and in the next project, I would definitely
give yourself a tap on the shoulder, on the back, because You done it brilliant. You done it brilliant. I don't think I could have took that much responsibility on.
I also think as well that
my head would have been mashed. Because
it was mashed, Myra.
I bet it was. Yeah.
We must have lived and slept it for practically.
Even when the dance was on, you still was buzzing around. And then
until Susie gave me the 30-foot spliff and the champagne.
Yeah.
And then girlfriend hit the dance floor, that was it.
Yeah.
All couples were just trying to dance and and Mrs. I was in with them like, do you remember that, Carmen? When
we saw Christmas dancing. I drank so much from the kitchen. I said to him, get out of here and let's go and have a dance.
I can't even believe I stayed out till 7 o'clock. Because at one stage she said, I bet you want to stay out.
8 o'clock.
To bring it
8 o'clock in the morning we left and they were still playing the tune.
Really?
8 o'clock in the morning me and Sobers left and they were still playing tune.
I looked at him and said, how have you done it? He went, I've done it. And that to me was a something.
But I had to laugh though because when we came home, we had everyone's belongings. It was my niece. She thought everything in the cabin because we sorted it out to put the food in. I came home, I don't know who's the word, but a lovely pair of weights. You know, weights.
You've got some weights. You brought weights.
You'll soon
find out. Alfonso's. I think they were yours, Alfonso's. We did return them, so and we came home with somebody's coat. We had lots of things.
I was leaving a coat. I think you had 2 coats and 2 different
I came home and she put all your Prosecco in. And remember I said to you, Linda, put all your Prosecco, and Linda says, it's all right, man, you can have it 4 bottles of Prosecco. I said, fuck no, Linda, that's one thing. I quite like Prosecco. Yeah.
I've got a memento, took a brick from there, it's in my
I've got a brick in my backyard.
Yeah, I've got a garden.
I've got a bedroom full of mementos.
That fireplace, oh my God, now, the colours in that garden is unbelievable.
There was one thing,
I love that.
I probably put it on as well. I'd gone home, I was at work, but you all decided, somebody brought you flowers, Linda. And you know what I'm going to say, don't you? It's a picture of you all down there. And
we had a fire in the gambling room. Sobers
was there.
Yeah.
You, Sobers, Susie Mose.
But you was all around the fire. No, I was at work. I wasn't there. I was
Brian Thorne, Ivan.
It looked lovely.
I've actually put something on. Because I don't care where I was, if I was in a uniform coming over.
I got all that.
That was.
And they had all the beer cans and the wine on the side, and I thought, and a bunch of flowers.
It was. Ivan sent all them to me. I've got them all on my phone.
I've got them on mine.
Yeah.
There's a few I'm going to
Have you got them, Linda?
I've got them. So, ladies, last thing, because you've been on an hour. What are we? Are you up for the next part then? Are you up for the next level?
Yeah, we're up for it.
Call me tomorrow with my broken leg and I'll still be there.
I'll wheel her in the wheelchair.
Just take me there and put me on a little spot.
Every minute was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Every minute, every second. Yeah. I was totally lost when it was all done. Totally
I think
lost.
a lot of people have been... What's the word? I think when it finished,
it was all on a
lot
high.
of people felt deflated.
Yeah. It was on a high.
I think so.
Who's that?
Baby kid. Are we done, girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up for it.
Yeah.
So the next one, folks, be there or be square.
I think, are you going to say that a lot of people wish that?
I think when it was finished, I think a lot of people felt deflated and lost that. They didn't have somewhere. I wouldn't say they haven't got anywhere to go. A lot of people have got things in their life, but I think they would totally, if you ask a lot of them that are actually on site every day or every other day, I think you'd find they'd say, they missed actually coming to do something. Yeah. Maybe not just that, but just actually being part of something.
It was the cover up for me. I thought all that hard work, and they're just going to put all the earth back on it again. I was heartbroken about that.
Yeah.
Because it was me and Linda, just me and Linda was there on the very last day. Yeah. And what made me feel so nice and so special, Linda was going down with the capsule. You know, the capsule. Linda was going down with it. And I said, I'd love to do that. So she went, well, come on and do it with me then. Oh, it touched me out, man. I wanted to cry. It was brilliant. And I went, this is the last time I'm going to be on the dance floor. So I've done a little jig. We put it down. We found a bottle of Prosecco, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we're all drunk in the afternoon. It was only me and Linda, the guy who was filming. I always forget his name.
John.
And the guy who always wore the shorts, the excavator.
Oh, yeah.
It was only us four there.
And the girl with the glasses, Rachel.
Sarah.
And the other girl was Rachel.
Kirsty.
Hey, you know when the dance was, you know when we all went to the
we never spoke about the Whitworth. Go on.
No, when we all went to Whitworth.
Yeah.
And they all come in, and they never had their excavation clothes on.
No, you didn't recognise.
What? I looked at them and went, Jesus Christ, you not scrub up well, don't you? They look stunning. Because you didn't see anyone with
there's
a
a great
lipstick on and
photo
this
of
and
you
that.
in there that you look proper sexy woman.
Really?
In the Whitworth view.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to
Send
you.
it to me,
It's
yeah.
gorgeous.
Oh,
It's
thank
really,
you.
and you look dead. You know, if someone's done, someone's looking at them, and
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm the bollocks.
Well, I was. I still am.
Quick thing about the Whitworth. Did you love the Whitworth or not?
Absolutely fantastic.
When we actually seen the work and we actually seen what we found on exhibition,
I know.
I thought, oh my God, look at all those lot from my side.
I know.
Maybe I shouldn't use this word, but simple people, working class people, and and look at us now. We're in the Whitworth, we're in the museum, the art gallery. You know what I mean? I thought, oh my God,
to pull that off in there, being there, was amazing.
I mean, we're getting a bit emotional now. Thinking about it.
People were in there, and that light was up, and you walked in, and you were there. The curators, the staff, the security, and you had everything out there.
Music
was fantastic. And then the buzz was we actually danced in the Whitworth.
And I was just necking drink.
It was fantastic.
Great.
Hey, I tell you what,
They loved it, you know.
I ended up
absolutely
one of the barmen.
You did. I have to ask you about that.
No, but they loved it when I went.
The only thing that we couldn't see proper was the pictures because of the lights.
The lights out. We couldn't turn the lights out.
Yeah. Absolutely. It was fantastic.
I'd love to do that.
Well, I brought my niece. My niece came. My niece came with me to the dance.
That was beautiful.
She loved it, I tell you.
That was
the bell on the ball. You want to see them all? There was like flies on shit. My niece. It's my niece.
The after party was good.
That was most Reno.
I've never been in that.
The most. But the marquee for me was a night that will forever.
Everybody was together. I tell my jaw was aching
when
the
they
next
talk
day.
to people afterwards, that
smile.
Was you there? It was amazing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
You had to be there.
Everybody had a permanent smile
I kept going.
on their face.
Where did she get that picture from?
I know.
Where did she get that one? Where did she get that?
I was fuming when I found out that because he'd already done it, you see, he'd already put all the pictures together.
Don't want to
so I came up, I went, am I on that? And he went, no. I went, oh no. So I brought the pictures that Linda's just brought me back from when me and Sobers was young and this and that, you know what I mean? And I brought them, so Linda, in the end, the guy, what's his name? He done it for me.
No, to
fantastic.
Everybody who helped. But Vance, his brother, were amazing.
I just feel each and every person who was there and done whatever they could.
From the
they should be so proud of themselves because honestly, you all had to say this.
Also, because
all done fantastic.
Everybody from the littlest thing that they did,
everyone should feel proud of
came
themselves.
and they did something. You know, from the littlest, it was great. And I'm not sure. Is she called Maya? Is it Susie Moso's?
Maya.
Oh, Maya. She was amazing.
Yeah.
She did something. She's part of a little legacy when people
building the road at the end.
She built the road with us.
We're building the road at the end.
Was
it was so much hard work, right? It was proper chain gang, wasn't it?
Brick by
brick. Then we found one bottle of water. Do you remember? And we shared it between 6 of us, didn't we?
That was so nice.
That was like.
Yeah, it was proper,
and everyone was putting their hand in the pocket. Say like a couple of days, they made sandwiches and that, and a couple of people's put their hands in the pockets and went and bought food and brought it back
Johnson
for everyone.
Every week turned up with bottles and bottles of water every week.
So can you see your next project, your next adventure? Can you see the amount of people that would be behind you again?
No, exactly. And it's
not just behind you, but with you.
No, but all of us.
And maybe more people might come in on that one.
No, I think because now you learn, you can trust it, it will happen.
Yeah.
Because that's the big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, it will only happen if you go in and do your shit in that room and tell them what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite liking it now. I've got bossy with them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you got meetings in place?
Yeah, I've been meeting.
Not if you don't mind, but have you got meetings in
place?
place?
Should we turn off?
Yeah.
Yeah.